Hey guys, we just got back from the R-rated raunchy comedy about some 12-year-old kids, good old boys, or it's called Good Boys.
Good Boys.
And it's just about three, tweeny kind of, 12, 13 guys,
going into middle
best
school.
friends, hanging out, but they are skipping school. They're looking towards, forward to this party where they might kiss some girls. And they're also dealing with, I don't want to spoil too much. So basically it's an adventure film almost that has some raunchy comedy. But in my opinion, it's got a lot of heart. And I thought that it was, touching in moments, which it didn't really, I didn't expect too much, and I was like, "Oh man, this is cool." You could kind of see yourself as one of these boys, as if you were growing up. I don't know if you have my sense of humor. Now, obviously, they play a lot with the kid, kind of kids that are dumb. They don't know what some of these things are, with sex toys that they use as weapons.
It's not the case nowadays.
No,
kids know everything.
Kids know
They know
everything.
it
So
all.
it's almost, I would say that the director has his pulse on the awkwardness of school and what you have to go through as a growing, teen. But I think that the kids would know what some of these things are.
Yeah.
But they played it up for comedy, and it worked. The thing that I wanted out of Good Boys was to have a good time, to laugh, and that's exactly what I did. What did you guys think?
I think you delivered on that. I did have a good time on this. Some of the humor fell, but like I've seen it done before, and I get it. It's supposed to be stupid, funny, whatever. So some of these jokes were just like they didn't land.
They didn't land for you?
No.
Man, I was laughing my ass off.
The
Melissa
entire
was
time?
laughing her ass off. Most of the time. I'd probably say like not 80, 90% of the time. What was your percentage, you think?
Maybe half.
Oh, 50%. Okay, well, you have to tell me in spoilers what
Yeah.
didn't land for you. What about you, Alex?
I think I like this movie less than both of you, and it's not that the
Oh.
movie. I think, and it has nothing to do with the movie not being good.
But
it's just things that
we're-
I've seen.
We're the Pinkback Boys.
Yeah, but this is it follows the same plot, but 5 years earlier than Superbad. It is exactly the same plot. All of the touching things that they're touching here, but it's the same. It's like friends that are going through new things that are
Yeah.
potentially growing apart, and there's touching things. And I've seen it before from Seth Rogen again. And so I've watched South Park, so I kids with sex toys, I've seen it on TV before. So I've seen all these jokes, and some of them are really good, and they did it different ways, and it is a funny movie, and people will enjoy it. But I just don't care as much.
Huh.
It's a
I don't understand that. It's been a while since I've seen Superbad. I vaguely remember, can't really remember much of it. So I'm not sitting here trying hard to compare it to Superbad. Is it better? Is it worse? I just had a great time. I don't care if it's the same story from Superbad, because these are different characters. They are in a different situation. And one of my favorite things is just shit hits the fan. The plot is kind of all over the place, really, as they try to, figure out what to do. Several different subplots that they have to deal with, and I thought it was great. It was funny. So I wasn't too concerned about whether it's South Park or Superbad. I just wanted it to do its own thing, and I felt that the kids genuinely were, best buddies, and the film had a surprisingly mature message and depicted in a mature way where these kids grow. They have story arcs. And it's not necessarily like an ending that's like this feel-good, everything's fine kind of thing. It does deal with what happens when you're all really young and you're together, and then you move away, or you start to have different likes and tastes in whether it be
Everyone
girls,
grows apart,
growing
it happens.
apart, right? And that's I don't see that a lot in some of these types of films. And so the fact that it dealt with it, and it dealt with it in a mature and resonating way, I thought, hey, this actually has a message that's good, in addition to the laughs.
Yeah, for me, I didn't really go in thinking I was like, oh, this is gonna be a good plot. The plot was like, whatever. I'm with you with when shit hits the fan. That's when it got me.
Yeah.
So the plot was just there to just to move it forward. It was fine. I didn't really care about that.
Yeah, I was just surprised at how well these three boys were at acting. You know, child actors can be a fucking disaster.
Yeah.
You know this, Alex.
Yeah, I mean these
He
kids.
used to be a child actor.
Oh yeah, no.
No, he hates children, is what I'm.
Oh
trying to say.
no, well
I'm
not.
playing. I'm
These
just
kids
playing.
did a really good job, and then there was a lot of opportunities for them to, like, kind of fall on their face, and they didn't. I mean, there was some jokes that they kept repeating over and over, and they went with it, and they did a good job.
Let's see. So we've got Max Thor. Thor, just straight up Thor.
Yeah.
And who else? All right, looking at the
Lucas.
cast, Lucas, Max, and Thor.
Yeah.
You know, I thought that Lucas was the most fun, the funniest.
Him
you know?
shrieking anytime something happened was just, it was funny.
Yeah, he has this little girl scream.
Sometimes I wish I could do a scream like that.
You can't.
Just for fun? Why?
Because it's so funny.
Try, Joe.
I can't.
Do it. He is so like proper and right. You can tell he's been raised correctly, and he likes rules, and he likes to do the right thing. But obviously, when these
He's
kids are
too
getting
much of a
into
good-
trouble and they're getting into hijinks, they need to kind of lie their way out of things. But Lucas is there to kind of screw it up and tell the truth, putting them in even more awkward situations. I just loved it. I love the interplay between all three of these guys, and just how you could tell that they're friends and they care about each other. And even if they're growing apart and they realize that they no longer maybe have some of the same interests, they can still be friends and get through all the crazy things that they need to get through. So I thought very adult kind of story with child actors, obviously. So I thought that I was worried that the comedy would be too raunchy, like that it would be too much.
Right.
And they do say some gross things, and there
was a couple really gross things that
Yeah.
happened in the movie.
There's some gross things, but it didn't like go over the top like I thought it was gonna go.
One or two times it went way over the
thought
top.
it was
Not
gonna
like
be
what,
top.
like I don't want to bring
spoilers.
Up some,
We'll talk.
Okay, fine. All right. So what I was saying is, yes, they pushed the envelope several times, but I didn't think that any of it was in super bad taste. In fact, I guess I was with. There was one, but there was one moment. I guess I'm just old man Joe, like scream, "Get off of my lawn!" That I was like, "Oh man." Little kids should not watch this. Number one, little kids probably shouldn't
yeah,
watch
watch
it
this, yeah.
because I don't want them to be mimicking the things that they do in this.
Yes.
Now, you've seen it in the trailer, so I'll just talk about it. Is them going across the fucking street. And,
The freeway, yeah.
The freeway. And it's like, there's no fucking consequences there. It's almost celebrated. And I'm like, oh, shit. You know, you don't want to, give kids the impression that this is a good thing.
Yeah,
but
here's
kids are
another
not
thing,
fucking
though. Whenever I
stupid.
see the
Actually, kids are
hallway
stupid.
scene, I thought of Bowfinger. You ever seen Bowfinger?
No.
Like running across. No.
The Eddie Murphy movie. No.
Yes.
What happens in Bowfinger?
They have to run across the street, and he has to do it again and again and again.
Oh, okay, gotcha. It reminded you of Bowfinger. Well, that's not good. All right, let's just go ahead and do some final verdicts so that we can talk some spoilers and stuff. So,
Go ahead.
what do you guys?
I'm going to say that this is a 5 for me. I think that there was a lot of kind of tired and recycled jokes. There were some new things that were funny, and I think if you don't watch as many movies as I do and don't watch as much of the other stuff that I have, I think you'll have a better time than I did. But this is a storyline that is identical to Superbad from the same writer-producer from last time. And it's the same heartfelt message about friends sticking together and then growing apart despite all the things that are happening. And I wanted more because what I didn't want to see was Superbad, the prequel to Superbad, and it felt like a prequel to Superbad, which isn't a terrible thing. Like, people can really enjoy this, but it just felt kind of run-of-the-mill, and I wasn't shocked by anything. I didn't find myself loving this at any point of the movie. It just kind of felt... It's all of those, teen movies where,
Yeah,
Seth
that's what
Rogen moves in next to the college guys and weird stuff happens. It's like, I've seen this movie before.
Yeah.
So...
For me, I liked it a little bit more. 6 for me. I like the chemistry and the way the boys kind of played off each other and all the hijinks they got into. The story, whatever, it is what it is. I had a good time watching this, but like you said, yes, you've seen ton of these movies before.
Again, you guys going back to everything that you've seen. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah. It's
6 out of 10?
6 out of 10 for me.
Okay.
It's above average, so.
Above average. Oh, that's good. I mean, I give it an 8 out of 10. I really, really enjoyed it. You know, I was thinking about 9. I was like, what did the movie do wrong in its own way? I don't know. Not really much. I was laughing the whole time. I thought that the story was touching between the three boys, has a good message behind it. The jokes primarily landed for me. I guess some of it didn't land for y'all. And I just thought it was a sort of a feel-good friend movie, you know, and I kind of put myself in those situations and, you know, see how would me and my group of friends as we grew up, Joe, how would we react? And I don't know. I guess there's a little bit of nostalgia there and stuff. We weren't that stupid. We knew what the hell.
You could
some
open
of
up
these
vitamins.
things, yeah, we can open up vitamins. We knew what fucking sex toys were and things like that. But you know, still, it was funny in my opinion. And so I'm gonna give it an 8 out of 10. And correct me if I'm wrong. Well, we could talk about that in spoilers because I want to know more about this Superbad. So, anyways. That's going to be it for us in the non-spoiler review. I guess I enjoyed this one the most. I thought it was, you know, a cool story that you could tell. Don't bring your kids, but bring your buddies, right? Bring your friends that you've known for quite a long time.
And the alcohol.
And the alcohol, apparently, Joe. All right. So thank you so much for watching. We'll see you in the spoiler section and on the next Angry Joe Show. Bye, guys. Okay, welcome to the spoiler section. So Superbad, remind me, Superbad is this film, is what you're saying,
yes, these two friends
about
go to the
high school.
party.
Okay,
They're
so it's
going-
high school. Good Boys is the middle school version, and you thought that the jokes was that the problem you have, or were they using the exact
The
same
concept was
jokes?
kind of the same
It's-
thing.
yeah.
I understand the concept,
Yeah.
but I'm saying, are the jokes the same?
Yeah, it's the story's exactly the same. They're going to a party, but instead of learning how to kiss, which is their adventure, they're trying to get alcohol, but they're going there to meet girls, and they realize that the friends have like different life paths and they're growing apart, but they vow to stay together. And that one was
man,
written
I
entirely
really
by
don't
Seth
really
Rogen,
remember, yeah.
and then this one is produced by Seth Rogen, and so there's a lot of the same stuff that's happening. They meet people along the way that kind of drive the plot, and then
And that
there's
diminished
He
this
likes the
one.
good
If you
buddy
hadn't
films.
seen, you know, Superbad, what would you have rated this?
It would have gotten a little bit more points, but it's like I'd also have to have not seen all of the South Park episodes where they didn't take jokes from it, but they put there's kids in situations where there's one where Cartman finds an Antonio Banderas doll in his mom's closet, and there's an entire episode about like the kids finding a sex doll, and it's like, okay, I've seen this before, like I get it, and then there's
But
other
my
things.
question is, are they no longer able to tell a story like that where young children find a sex doll and think it's something else?
Well-
because South Park did it, or you were looking for something more original?
I was looking for something
Yeah,
more original
it's
because
kinda
what I
hard,
didn't
though.
want to see is I knew that the story was going to be kind of the same because the trailer gave it away. So it's like, okay, this one's produced by Seth Rogen. It's not written by him. So we're going to do the same plot. We're going to have the same touching things, which, again, I like. I'm still friends with the people that I knew from elementary school and middle school. But I like that plot. But you show me that you can do it already. Now show them what I need you to do is put them in wildly different situations with different jokes that I haven't seen before, and that would make me love the movie.
Okay.
But I've seen most of these
Yeah.
situations and the jokes, so
Okay.
And that's whenever it started kind of coming off and doing its own little separate thing, that's what I liked
Yeah,
more
it did
about it.
some-
Oh, like the
That's
frat
a
house
person.
scene was just so wild and out
and
there.
I
that
love
was
that
funny.
scene.
Yeah.
It's fucking
Yeah.
fantastic. If you guys don't know what we're talking about, so a large majority of the plot really deals with drugs. These two college girls.
Yeah.
No, high school
I think
girls,
they're high
because
school
their
girls.
boyfriend, it was
Was in
one of the guys in
college.
college
Yeah.
giving her drugs. So they want to just party. You know, I know girls like this, or I knew girls like this in high school, where the only thing they cared about was partying, or what's the next party, and what is there
Yeah.
going to be stuff there, et cetera, et cetera. I was like, oh my God. So I saw those girls, and I was like, so they have drugs. The boys are trying to learn how to kiss, so they put the drone over there to see, her college boyfriend try to kiss her. Doesn't work out. They capture the drone. They try to get it back, but they're like, no, you can't have it back. So they think that they're just going to keep the drone. So one of the kids steals her purse. She's got drugs in it, Molly, that she's supposed to be using later on. And this tug of war is happening through this whole film with these two girls trying to get their drugs back, and the boys trying to get the.
He's a goody two shoe.
Yeah.
Well, they needed some way to like push the plot.
Yeah, it is his fault. So and then try to get the drone back. Eventually, they sort of join forces because they need to go buy the drugs from the college kid again. That she already broke up with her boyfriend. She can't do it. She sends the kids in there. And it's one of the best scenes in the film.
Oh, for sure.
Like, are you serious? Like, the kids trying to buy drugs from me? That was shitty. And earlier, the kids are like, you come with us, Lucas, because, like, you're the only one that looks like a college kid. And the whole audience is like, what?
Yeah.
No, he doesn't. But then when they get in here, he's like, I don't know you little kids. Oh, I remember you. Hey, what's up, man? You at that party last night? And Lucas is like, yeah.
Like, wait, what?
Idiots. Right? They're making these frat guys look so stupid. But
before that, they also have that whole hazing thing. These guys are coming in. They're trying to pledge. They're all naked, wearing like whatever tag or whatever.
Dickless.
And they got to call their superiors or whateter. Daddy. So he walks in. Daddy. He's like, oh, is that your son?
The kids are like, is that your son? So funny stuff like that. Of course, they don't want to sell the kids drugs. Well, actually, it was more like he found out that the kids were there with his ex-girlfriend. He's like, I'm not giving her drugs, But the kid pulls out his fucking paint gun and he gives this speech. He's a pretty good actor. He's like, who the fuck? And we're just laughing our asses off. And then they start firing, and it goes into this slow-mo where the frat guys are getting their balls hit. Even when they're jumping to the side, the kids are somehow getting direct shots on their taint, their ball sack, and their butt. It was hilarious. And then finally they're like, get the drugs. So they steal the drugs, get in the car, and drive
College kids
off.
punches a kid.
Yeah, one of the kids get punched in the face. Yeah.
Can't forget that.
So that was a great scene.
Yes.
I thought it was fantastic. And you're right.
See,
That
I
was
wanted more of
original.
that
I had
stuff.
never seen. You guys are right.
Yeah.
I see what you're saying now. But what were some of the scenes that were too similar?
All of the sex toy stuff has been done so many times before. And it was kind of unbelievable because they didn't sell me that these kids.
I thought these kids would have thought that swing.
Here's a great one. The guy has to go, in Superbad, the guy has to go buy some alcohol, and he gets caught, basically gets punched. This one, they go get some drugs, they get caught, and the kid gets punched.
I see. Yeah. But you just said that was the scene you liked, Joe.
But yeah,
The
I did.
paintball gun.
The scene part is good.
Paintball gun and stuff.
All right, but anyway, so I don't know. I just, despite me having seen similar things, I didn't care because it was funny. These are good actors. The boys were really
They were.
Really
it's just like seeing the same like stand-up special over and over and over again. The fourth time you see the stand-up special, you're not laughing as hard.
Lucas is always a tattletale. The girls like straight up try to run them down at first. This girl's got her New Balance shoes. She gets out of the car and runs after them when they have the drugs in their backpack. And Lucas just slams into a bench, flies through the air, hits this fucking truck, and gets up and his arm's all fucked up. It looks so funny, and the kids are like, "Oh, I know what to do. I've seen this before. You just gotta pop it back into place." So they throw him against the trash, and it fucks him up even more. That was hilarious. Yeah. But no, the kid should have gone to the hospital at that point with his arm looking so jacked up.
Yeah,
they had a mission. They didn't want to
so
get
that
grounded.
Max can go and kiss girls? Well,
No.
how did that fucking work out for Max?
Amazing.
Because in the end, does Max finally get to the kissing party? So they finally get to the party. You get this little Asian kid who's like the coolest kid in school, and he's like, impress me. And in this world, like drinking 4 sips of beer is like, whoa,
legendary.
Dude, you're a legend. I thought he was gonna drink a 5th just to cement it. Right? But it was no. It's obviously they're playing with hyper-realism and absurdist comedy here because they know kids. It's not that bad or whatever.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, because like whenever you first tried your beer, you're like, oh, that's so nasty.
Yeah.
But they play spin the bottle. And at this point, the kids realize that they're kind of into different things at this point, even though they're best buddies. But they come with him anyway. So Lucas is like, sees 2 people kiss. He's like, that is the grossest thing I've ever seen. I'm going upstairs and playing VR because even the host was like, if you don't want to start kissing, then get out of here and go upstairs and play VR.
Never come back.
And then he's like, I'm going to go upstairs and play VR. He's like, you can never come back. And he's like, oh, no. And I was like, well, this is so fucking awesome because he's like, got a set of morals. He knows what he likes. He knows what he's going to do. God damn it, he's going to do it. And I fucking love that. So he pieced out, went upstairs to play on VR. And then they, but it turns out his friend, Thor, is the one that the bottle lands on to kiss, obviously, Max's girlfriend, or the girl he wants to be with. And it's like, oh, shit, this is insane, her little girlfriend says. And he's like, is he going to do it? Is he going to betray his friend or whatever? But he's like, nah, I'm not doing this no more. And he takes the bullet so that everybody thinks, because they call him Sippy Cup, because he wouldn't want to drink the beer before. Now they call him Kissy Cup because he didn't want to kiss the girl. He's like, at this point, he's grown. He's like, I don't give a fuck. He's like, whatever, I'm leaving. So he goes upstairs. But, Max is like, no, man, and they talk. And then, but they have mutual respect where it's like, no, man, you don't need to come with us. Do you? You go kiss that girl. And so Max goes over there.
That's your wife.
Kisses the girl. And you think everything's going to be okay. And then they do this, song. They get Thor to sing upstairs because the two girls come bursting in the door. Turns out one of the girls, it's her brother the whole time. And, of course, they're fucking drunk. They're on Molly. Who knows what that's going on. They're on drugs, clearly. And they make Thor sing because he tells this whole adventure. And so during this little song, I guess, they cut
do
away
like a little
these
fade
things.
away where you see everybody living their own little lives.
Doing their own things. And Max the whole time is just crying, getting his heart broken by a bunch of girls because if you're dating in fucking middle school and high school, it ain't going to work out, bro.
He had like 4 girlfriends in the... Yeah.
Hilarious. And then, of course, it works out that Lucas is a part of the scabs, like the narcs and the hall monitors. But, like, they're good guys. They're doing good things. They're playing Magic and they're playing the computer games, World of Warcraft equivalents. And what does Thor do?
Though, you lose your street cred.
That was one of the funnest parts. The girls do trap the boys. Even though they try to escape their best, the girls trap the boys. And Lucas is like, you know what? Fuck it. We have to do it. He's like, yeah, don't do it. And he calls all the Yellow Jacket people to come running and save them. And then they walk single filing in the school like a protective ring. And the whole school's like, oh my God.
They're all taking pictures.
And Lucas is so... Lucas don't give a fuck. That's the best. And Thor does audition, and he's in this play where the teacher is doing a version of, I don't know, some
Rock of Ages.
Rock of Ages
that
with
was
fucking
amazing.
Drugs.
Yeah, kids doing fake coke.
Fake coke and powdered donuts is shit, like on their nose and stuff. Anyways, but they meet at the party that he has. I guess it's Thor's house. And they're all with their separate groups of friends, but they come together and they talk and they say,
make a pact.
They make a pact to always be there for the important things, even though they haven't hung out in like a month. So you do get the impression they'll hang out again, maybe not as much as they used to, but that they will always remain friends and they'll be there for the big moments. And I was like, oh, that's cool. And then they do one last joke, which is, oh, come upstairs. My mom has this new swing. My parents had this new swing, and they're doing these little pictures as they're on the swing. Then the little girl comes in and tells them it's a sex swing.
She knows what everything is.
Yeah.
Well, her introduction was like so awkward because it grinds the movie to a halt when you go that on the nose, when you go that absurdist, because like they're inside a little teepee or they made a little fort and they're talking about their magic cards, and just out of nowhere this little girl's like, I know what cocaine is. But it has nothing to do with the scene that they were talking about.
Well, yeah, it's also just like that's Judd Apatow's had that same joke 5 times, except the last time it was like, I know what death is. Like, how do you know what death is? I went on the internet. It's like, yeah, I get it.
What? This is what movie?
I don't remember which Judd Apatow movie, but there's a little...
Well, anyway, it kind of grinded to a halt. I was like, oh, man, I hope the whole movie doesn't kind of go like this, where they're like forcing funny moments. But to me, it wasn't forced. most, if not all, the jokes were really funny. I was having a great time.
What
But
was
Joe,
some of
what was
the-
some of the ones that didn't land?
Well, I was gonna ask you, what were the raunchiest things?
The kid got his friend's dad's pubes in his mouth.
Ah,
Yes, that was
yes.
the one where they
That's
think
what I
it's a
was thinking.
CPR doll, but it's not a CPR doll. They go in there, it's all dressed up, and so he kisses the CPR doll to try to learn how.
It's sticky.
It's sticky. There's
He's pulling pubes out of his mouth.
But
Yes.
that's like the grossest thing. But they don't show anything.
No.
They don't show like mucus or whatever.
No, it was
or
just
substance. It was just gross. That's what I was saying. The film could have gotten a lot raunchier,
Yeah.
and I think that is probably the grossest thing in there.
They had the poop or
They
real
had the-
smelly anal beads.
They had the anal beads. They thought that they were nunchucks. And one kid smells it. Obviously, it smells really bad. It's like, wait, these people don't clean the anal beads? That's disgusting.
and then he gives them away as a gift to the
To
girl.
the girl. Even though he
Well,
did.
it wasn't his choice. It was Lucas's. Again, it was Lucas's fault because he's like, "Don't worry about it.
I'll
take
get you a
care of it."
necklace. And then
Yeah.
he's like, I'm going to give you these things that like reek of shit because she
So
puts it on.
basically, it's all Lucas's fault.
Yeah, this whole movie.
It is.
Yeah, he's the funniest and the best. Good. I'm glad Lucas fucked everything up because it made me laugh. And yeah, so I guess that's it. Do you have anything else?
You want to talk about the
Well,
cops,
what
the
did you-
cop scene?
The cop scene, yeah. So they go into the convenience store, and Lucas again is being a narc, and he's basically saying everything out loud. The cop's like, "Man, just no, I don't want it." They're like, "We got, or what does he do? What does he first say?
We skip school.
We skipped school, and then it was,
We have drugs.
no, it was Thorne coming by trying to steal a beer, and he's like, "Get that out of your pants." Guys, I'm just feeling really generous. No more. He's like, "We got drugs," and he's like, "Oh, my." So that one was a funny scene too, in my opinion. But Joe, which ones didn't land for you? You say 50% of the jokes didn't land. Tell me one joke that you were like,
That whole scene in the gas station. I didn't really laugh at that scene. The highway scene, didn't really laugh at that.
But that scene's not. That scene's supposed to be funny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wasn't laughing at that. I was like, "What the fuck are they doing? Are you crazy?"
Everybody's laughing, then you see the doll come out. Like, hey, that's my dad's doll.
Oh, yeah.
That's my
Okay,
dad's
so yeah, so you
CPR.
think the third kid comes out, so they both make it across, Lucas and Max, and Thor has to make it across, and I'm like, man, is this film gonna get dark? Are you gonna fucking hit one of these
I
kids?
thought
Go
someone was
flying
gonna
in
get
the
hit.
fucking air. I was like, that's inappropriate, but no, they didn't do that. He drops his beer, goes back, and makes two other cars crash into each other. Not bad crashes, except for a van that slams into those two cars, and out comes a body and slams on the ground. But you can quite clearly tell it's a dummy, and it just so happened to be the dummy.
Not at first. You just see some.
No, I knew it was the dummy.
Oh, you
the
knew
whole-
exactly?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then it slammed in. I knew coming out of the glass and hitting. I both knew it was the dummy. And that was a little forward. They also do sell a magic card because they need money to buy the
They
drone.
don't sell it.
Because they broke the drone. And they want to sell the magic card. So this one weird, creepy guy comes over. They're like, "You're a pedophile. You're the most pedophile-looking guy we've ever seen." He's like, "Come on, guys, I'm not." And they're like, "My mom is home, so don't you try anything. And we also got sex weapons and shit." And he's like, "All right, so give us the money." And then so he's like, he doesn't want to sell the card. So they start to have this discussion. So this guy's like, "Ma'am, may I have some water?" "Ma'am." And she falls off and he realizes it's sex. That wasn't funny, Joe. Come on.
Kind of.
And then he wants to buy it. Man, I don't know why you hating on this film. All right.
I wasn't
Anyways, I'm done. I had a good time. Go check out The Good Boys. Your mileage may vary. So, yeah, that's it. See you on the next Angry Joe show.
Make sure you like and subscribe.
And check out the link below for some merch.
Bye, guys.